we're coming up on a series of rocks that are in Wood's Hole. We have strong tide rolling over them. These are excellent places to fish, though treacherous. The bass lay behind the rocks, waiting for bait fish to come through the tide. Now what we're going to do is cast up ahead of the rocks and work the bait so it swings right in front of the rocks. We'll be twitching it. In this case, we're going to use a jig head hoagie designed to fish as a popper, rigged in an unconventional manner with the offset worm hook. You fish it just like you would any other popper. But the advantage to fishing with a soft bait popper is if the fish hits it, misses it, it's soft and feels more natural, and they'll be more inclined to come back after it. The other advantage is if you slow it down and point your tip towards the water, you can still fish it like a traditional soft bait. So it gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of how you can fish it. Right now we're saddling up on our structure. We're going to take a cast, see if anybody's home. Nice fish. A very large striped bass. He knows he's hooked now. And keeping that line tight on the fish. Beautiful fish, crashed it right behind the rock. Here he comes. He's a tired fish. Nice fish caught on a jig and hoagie used as a popper. As you can see with their large mouths, they have no problem taking the hook. Nice springtime striped bass, fresh sea lice, brand new fish. To rig a jig and hoagie as a topwater bait, it's really quite simple. You're using a traditional offset worm hook. In this case, it's an owner cutting point oversized 11/0 hook. And here's the jig and hoagie. You'll notice that there's no hook groove and a blunt head. Though it's designed for a jig head, it also works great as a popping bait. You line up the hook so you know where it's going to space out. Mark with your thumb. This is where the hook point comes out. Right in the center of the bait and out. Slide it to the nib of the hook and line it up again. Now, instead of going down the center of the bait like you traditionally would with the soft bait, I just put it in the side. Just bury it lightly in the side, and you're good to go. Nailed it. That fish was waiting for the hoagie, waiting for a bait fish to get sucked down by the tide. You're gonna let the fish run. We're in a lot of move water. There's not much you can do when they start swimming down tide other than let them run. In this case of Wood's Hole, we need to be careful of rocks. Be careful not to reel against the drag. Taking her time with the fish. He's a strong bass. Textbook example of fishing the swing in a strong tide. I cast up just ahead of the rocks, but the tide was really bulging over. Just let the tide work the bait in. I slowly twitched the bait. Short little snaps. Fish seemingly came out of nowhere and crashed this soft bait. This is one of my favorite ways to fish a soft bait for striped bass in moving water. As you can see, it's a nice healthy fish. Using the bubble gum, excellent springtime color if you're trying to replicate squid. Also a great daytime color when it's nice and bright. Beautiful fish. Now let's get him back in the water. We'll go catch another one. When I revive the fish, I usually just hold him in, rock him back and forth. When he's strong enough to swim out of my grip, I know it's time to let him go. And that's catching a fish on a Hogan.